Hello everyone, it's Barry here. Welcome to my Virgin Kitchen. Today's video is an absolute stonker. I get asked a lot of the time when I'm in London, is there a favourite place that I would recommend to eat? Yes, there is. And I even have their cookbook too. It's the Pizza Pilgrims. They do amazing pizzas. I think there's a few in London, but also they do this thing called a Nutella and ricotta pizza donut. And I have tried my best in this video to replicate it, if you can't get to London, the best to my ability. So this is my attempt at it, and it has turned out phenomenal. I hope you give it a go. Shout out for this video actually goes to Twitter to Alice Winchester, who's from New Zealand, who is basically the last person to follow me on Twitter, at My Virgin Kitchen. If you're not already, let's crack on and do this. All the steps, method, and all that stuff to make this on myvirginkitchen.com. So the first thing we're gonna do is make our pizza dough, and there's loads of different ways to make pizza dough. Ideally, if you can give it time, you wanna get yourself a fresh yeast from a bakery. Most supermarkets sell it these days, but we're gonna use an instant yeast, okay? So get yourself a big old mixing bowl and pour in your warm water. In a bowl to one side, you're gonna get a smaller bowl and pour in your dried fast-acting yeast, and use about 3 tablespoons of that warm water to pour into the yeast, and this will actually start to get it working already. Now we're going to go back to that big old bowl again and dump in our flour. Now this is special flour today. In fact, you could call it secret agent flour because it's called 00 grade flour, which means it's been really well milled. It's super fine, and that means it'll make it really smooth. It's also really good for making pies and pasta and stuff like that, so really get hold of it, but use just basic dough for the kneading, which we'll come to in just a bit. So with that flour in the bowl, try and keep one hand clean. Trust me, especially if you're filming a recipe, you just want to do that anyway. It's good practice. It'll make it easy to clean. So just do all the kneading and working together with the flour and water in one big old bowl with one hand. You're kind of like Michael Jackson with the sequin glove, but just with your hand. By the time you've done that, it's not going to look the prettiest, but don't worry at this stage. Your yeast would have had a little bit of time to mingle, and you're going to combine that in there, your yeast and your salt. This is quite a salty dough. It works really well with the salt and Nutella ratio in a bit. Get that all in there, and then really begin to knead that. You want to work that for ages. I did that, no joke. I think I left the camera running for about 15 minutes. My memory card was hating me, but you really want to slam it down, get it warm, get that yeast working, and it will eventually get all the lumps out. And you're left with so much dough, you probably only need about maybe a quarter of that, which I then halved again, so about 1/8 of that to make one of these donuts. So all you want to do is let that yeast work away, so leave it for a minimum of an hour covered, but if you can leave it overnight, you can actually prove dough in the fridge. That works an absolute charm. You get a teeny bit more flavour in there too. Come on. One thing you can do while that's working away is grab yourself a frying pan, pour in some blanched hazelnuts and just toast them. This does not take very long at all, and you want to keep them moving as much as you can. So around about 3 minutes, you'll have some really nice charred hazelnuts. Give it a couple of minutes before pouring into a sealable bag and bashing the rolling pin so you've got some lovely bashed, freshly toasted hazelnut chunks. They're going to go in the pizza and on top of the pizza. It's great. It's now time to take our dough, and what we're trying to do, you want to make sure you get a nice floured surface. I'll say just use plain flour for this, basic flour. It doesn't need to be the expensive 00 stuff, but get it all rolled out into a kind of like long cylinder shape. You can use a rolling pin to help you at first, but then you can actually use your hands to press it. It is quite stretchy. You want it quite thin, so really work it to get a good old shape there. Once you're happy with the shape, you're going to get your ricotta cheese, leave a little gap at either end, but actually start to place it all the way down the middle of the dough, kind of like making a little Mohican of ricotta cheese. We're going to use the Nutella now, but when you open the jar, make sure you get rid of all of that foil lid around the rim of the jar. What you want to do is put it in the microwave for about 30 seconds. Don't worry, your microwave will tell you if there's any foil on it. We're going zzz. Don't do that, okay? Make sure you get rid of all of it, and you should have a nice flowing lake of Nutella that Augustus Gloop will be proud of. You then want to get yourself a spoon and then just drizzle that Nutella all up and down, drenching that ricotta. I could do that all day. Then take your bashed, toasted hazelnuts and sprinkle it all along, looking phenomenal. You then want to take one end of the dough, fold it over on itself, and then sort of crimp it together all the way around using your thumb, pressing it down. spin the two ends together so it kind of turns into like a snake briefly, and then a circle, open one end, tuck the other one in, and make sure you seal it really well. So that's basically the method for making the donut all done. And you're probably thinking, Barry, you're going to use this pizza stone, I can't do this. Yes, you can. There's a couple of different methods. I showed you how to do a frying pan pizza once. There's a video up here and in the description below. That will work fine. But also, if you'll grab yourself a baking tray and just get your oven as hot as you can, shove it in there, that will work too. The alternative to that is getting it onto a peel, which also doubles up quite nicely as a tennis racket, and sliding it onto a red hot pizza stone. Give it about 5 minutes max. It should be nice and browned on top. Slide it on your tray and it's looking gorgeous. This recipe could be a bit tricky and put you off. It tastes good though. Get it? Drench on, make it rain, oh my gosh, with some extra warmed up Nutella, and then again, make it hail with those extra bashed chopped hazelnuts. Looking phenomenal. Take a little wedge out of it, you get a nice gooey Nutella vibe there. So good, and it tasted pretty much identical to the one that I've had from Pizza Pilgrim. So if you're not in London, give this recipe a go. There's a full method and write-up on my website. That is it. I really hope you do try it. If you do, don't forget to send me a picture at my Virgin Kitchen. I love to see your attempts at my recipes, just like this one. Don't forget to subscribe for regular recipes and food fun. Let me know down below what you want to see next, and I'll see you again next time. Congratulations, you made it to the end of the video. Here are some pugs swooning over Nutella.